What's up, y'all? This Lando. We got T Ford over here.
Man, the building.
How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, I'm doing great, man. It's been a long time since we recorded here.
Yeah, man. We in the studio. We had to switch it up. We used to have the OT in the back, but you know
we in the Lando world, man. We're in the Lando success world, man. It feels good to be in the Lando success world.
Man, come
Lando
on
up here
in.
talking stocks. Lando got books. Lando got podcasts.
Yeah, all of it.
Man, Lando got it all right now, man. It's looking really good over here.
Appreciate it.
Wish y'all could see the whole forte, but this is looking really nice.
We talking stock splits, and earlier today, that's the video I'm working on now, because people going crazy over Tesla. People going crazy over the Apple split, and they don't know anything about it. What's your thoughts of like the new investors? It's a new wave of investors, because a part of the video I talk about is the thing I don't like about Tesla is, since it's such an emotional stock where newbies that don't know about it, they just making it go up. And when it do go parabolic and fall, I think those investors are going to be terrified, and they're going to back out, and they're going to make it fall some more. I don't know when. It's not if, but when. It's definitely going to happen.
It's going to fall, but it's not going to be a dramatic fall. Because when you look at where Tesla started, I think Tesla opened up at like 300 or 200. It opened up high. Tesla opened up extremely high. Then it slowly climbed to 1,000. Now, where's it at today? Where was it?
2,000.
Where did it close it on Friday?
I think 2,000, like $68.
All right, 2,000. So you have to think about who else at 2,000 right now. It's only a select few stocks at 2,000.
Amazon at 3.
Yeah, Amazon surpassed that a long time ago. So Amazon's so it's not too many people that's in that ball club when it comes to it. So a lot of people missed out on that window of getting Tesla. So now everybody's like, oh, they ride, they gonna do this. No. You can get in, you can get a percentage, unless you got a lot of money laying around from your stimulus to get a whole share, but you can get a percentage of one.
That's what I'm gonna do. When it's split come, I just get one share. Now, I'm gonna get heavy real quick before we get out of here. My next YouTube video, it's an unpopular video, but it's something what the black community and people need. It is about, I just actually got my will done. So I literally just got my will done.
That's a touchy situation for a lot of people.
It is touchy because I didn't get it. I'm 33 years old. I waited till I got a kid, waited till I got a wife, and going through the process of getting it done, having an attorney drafted, asking you all those type of questions, and the reality of it. But it's so important to have your affairs in order. So I talked about on Facebook the other day about your life insurance. So you ain't asking for the GoFundMe and all that type of stuff when you pass. Touch on the importance of having your affairs in order and what's going on in the black community. Were you raised about it, or how? Talk to me.
So having your affairs in order. Brother, you open up a lot of them. So your affairs change as your life exchange. So I have 4 kids. They're all they all have to be taken care of in a different way. As the kids and the wife, everyone has to be taken care of in their own separate way. So if you're not setting it up now, where it's bigger than just a will, where it's like, I have one son, he has to be taken care of differently than the 3 girls, because he is going to get the brunt of the responsibility if God calls me home. So he needs to understand how the man takes the money and do everything he has to do with the money. He has to show his sisters, hey, you're going to have a man or whatever you decide to have in life, but you need to understand how to have your own. Don't be dependent on them. That's things we talked about the other day. You got the interdependent people, the independent people, and just the people that's always dependent upon somebody else. So when you have a will, as your life change, that will needs to constantly get updated. It's kind of like going to the doctor, they update your chart. So the will, okay, I have a spouse, I have 4 kids. Who do I want to get what? Because if I don't say it, the state decides, depending on your state. All right, what I want to leave to my mom and dad, what I want to leave to my brother and my sister, those things need to be written, and people need to understand, because otherwise in the black community, what happens is somebody die, we automatically start pointing fingers and waiting for the money to come in. Like, who's getting the life insurance policy?
Who had insurance? Who
had it? But then it's deeper than that. So it's deeper than just a will. And then now it comes into, if you're not married, do you have a power of attorney for someone else can make the decision on your behalf to say, hey, if you incapacitated, you can't talk. I'm acting on behalf of this person. But if you don't have that, it's just, who wants to make a decision? And that sucks when you got to leave it up to everybody else, because no one wants to make a decision.
And the worst part, God forbid, but if me and you both have a wife, if there's probably about an 80% chance where, my situation, probably about an 80% chance. If something happened to me, I'm probably with my wife. Something happened to her. So we get in a car crash or whatever it is. if we're both gone, who's going to take care of your kids? You gotta have that. Instead of the grandparents fighting, your siblings fighting, and the state fighting, you gotta have that in order, because if something happens, usually there's a chance that y'all are together. So you really have to have that in order. And that when it broke it all the way down to me, and literally, yo, who you want this? Who you want that? Who you want that?
But the person who's breaking down the will to you, their job is going to systematic approach. Who. But your job is the person who's writing your will. You have to say, who do I trust the most with my child? It may not be the parents. It may not be my parents. You might look back at your life and say, nah, hell no, I don't want my kid to go through that. And it also gets to the point where I don't want you to take my kids so you can see an income increase in your life.
Ooh.
So that's the biggest thing. You have to already have yourself life insurance.
Then once they turn 18, they gonna get $200,000 or whatever the state assistance since you adopted a kid and you.
Exactly. Ooh. So you gotta realize some people look at your kids as a meal ticket. Oh, your mama and daddy young, we'll take you in. When them checks gonna start coming in, next thing you know, your kids go from living this lifestyle to now they back down here. People just misuse them until the checks run out. Then they're like, oh, they turn 18 or 20. Well, your people didn't leave you nothing. No, you spent it all on your kids. Not everyone's gonna treat your kids like their own. So my thing is, my kids will have to stay with somebody who's already established, who don't need their money, who's not looking for them as a source of income. Like, don't look at my kids like a foster kid. Hate to say it, there's a lot of people in the foster care system, but don't look at them like, we're about to get rich off of these. We know your dad left you something, but it's also provisions in my kids' money. You get this at 18, this at 25, this at 32, and the rest at 35.
You did it that detailed?
Yeah, mine's that detailed. 18, you don't know anything. You're going to blow
100%.
You're gonna blow the 20.
I did my custodial account where he don't get it to 21, cause at least to 18 you gonna blow some money.
Yeah,
Once you get to 21, at least I raised you enough to know about money. And the good thing is, even if you blow that little money, you got time to bounce back because shit happens. Every
kid at 18 wants something, so you'll get enough. So in my mind, 20K is enough for you to blow and realize, damn, 3 more years go by, I'm broke. So now I got that wake up call, like, aha. Now when the next set of money come in, you might be anxious again, but then you're like, last time I blew it in 2 weeks and I had to wait 3 years. I don't know when the next portion is coming if you don't read it. So now you go from waiting 3 years to 4 years to 7 years. So that's a long time. Everyone hit that mid-25 life crisis, and you're like, I should have did things different. And I wish the Lord would give me a blessing. Then your money hit. Now you're like, oh, I'm back on top. And now you're back doing the same thing you did when you was 18. There's still people right now paying for the decision that they made at 18. So it's just the way it is. So I will leave it with this. For all my new investors, like you said, embrace the suck. Because the shit's going to suck for a while. What goes up must come down.
Well, it's going great right now, the investors.
I guess the most common stock we can use, you said Tesla, we'll break it down to a small one. We'll go with the RKT stock.
Yep, Rocket.
We'll go with Rocket. Rocket is very new, super new. So,
but the company been around for a while.
The company hasn't been around that long.
How long Quicken's been around?
Quicken's been around for a minute, but Rocket is a subsidiary of Quicken.
Okay.
So Rocket been around for less than 10 years.
Okay.
So, all right, so now everybody looking at it like this is a company owner who said, there's no need for me to go public. There's never no need for me to go public. I was rich. Start saying certain things, then you launch something. Now other people start looking at it certain way, like, you said was never a reason. What's the reason in 2020?
Things have changed.
You know what? I take off my hat to Dan Gilbert. One thing he did say, and he made it happen. He got the Pistons back in Detroit.
Yeah.
He did tell them, if not, change the name to the Auburn Hill Pistons. Y'all don't even play in the city.
Hey man, I'm rocking with him. I invest in the company. Rocket. I'm up.
Rocket gonna fall.
You're about to owe me 5 shares.
Okay, but Rocket's gonna fall. Rocket ended last Friday on a high. Then came back Monday. Everybody, it's dropping. Drop. Oh, here we go. Let's go back up a little bit. It's coming just like that.
I'm cool with that.
Nice,
I'm cool with that. Long term. Might be up $300 a few years, So
yeah, it might be $300 when Omar hit 22. Because every day you turn on is a new company that's a new competitor. It's also been a new competitor. So right now, I say this. Like I told you, you didn't agree with it, but people buy stocks, but you don't support the company. That's the stupidest shit ever to me.
No, I do agree with it. No, I do agree with it. In my webinar, I broke down and gave them the basics of whatever you own. If you have Verizon, if you have Sprint, if you shop at Walmart, invest in where you shop. Mm-hmm.
Or did you just merge it yet?
No, they still got stock.
Oh, okay.
So I agree with that, but I don't believe everything I own I have to have. I don't own. People don't own Teslas. You can still invest in. You can still make money. You know.
But if it's a smaller thing, something you can do. Tesla's not readily available to everyone.
Okay.
So that's not really available. But if you have a house and you're talking about RKT, this, and that, but your home mortgage with Wells Fargo, but you don't own zero Wells Fargo stock. Right now, it's the best time to get a new interest rate. Why don't you say, if I want my money to make even more money, let me pay myself. Let me refinance my mortgage or a rocket mortgage. So therefore, I can start adding to the company value. And then guess what? Every time that value goes, because I'm paying my mortgage, I'm paying myself back.
That's thinking too deep into it.
Man, I'm just like,
you're right.
I'm just saying. Right. But if you then don't call yourself an investor, you're not looking at the bigger picture. Ooh. Don't call yourself that. Just say, I did one dab with stocks right now. I'm just trying to come up. Just say that's what you are. You're not an investor. You're not thinking big term.
That's what my friend called me the other day. Yesterday. He like, man, I want to... he ain't want to word it that way, but he's just basically like, yo, I want to basically quit, come up. And I'm like, look, brother, he like, I'm selling these stocks, grabbing this and Tesla this. I'm like, that's why I want to do this video quick. I'm like, look, I learned from Warren Buffett, bro. I'm going to always go back to it. And I learned if the company ain't going, I got that back there too, the Buffett way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, if I'm not gonna, I don't feel the company's gonna be here 20 years from now, I'm not investing in it. You gotta invest in long term. Yes, you're gonna have your quick come ups and stuff like that, but you don't go into it with that mindset because we ain't going to the casino. We ain't gambling here. We're investing. We want to be with a company that want to be here. Any company you invest in, you at least got a plan to hold that share for 1 year for tax purposes. That should be the long-term game. Now I have sold a bunch of times under that, and I have took loss on purpose because when I'm going to be big-time investor, let me go ahead and record this loss. Let me go ahead with the airline. I sold all my Mesa shares. Let me go ahead and put this money more money into Amazon because I feel Amazon is about to. So I get it. That's how you have to do it.
Well, so I guess since your course is taking people in a different way, I'm going to offer a way. I told you about this way. It's the smartest way I knew how to do things. Why play with your capital money right now? If you're a worker and you have a 401k, why are you playing with your money that's in your bank account? When your 401k is full of stocks and mutual funds, all you have to do is make a phone call and tell them, buy you 100 share of RKT instead of you taking money out and trying to buy it yourself. So when the losses go down or go up, you don't really feel it. But when you use your own money, you looking every day, but you got other stocks in your 401k that can cover those losses, that can move around. All you gotta do is pick up your phone, call people that own your 401k and say, hey, RKT just launched a stock. I want to buy this. They're gonna say, okay. And you're already paying that every month anyway for them to manage your 401k. Use was already there.
People don't even know that they've
been using their money. Like, why? There's no need for me to say, let me get $1,000 of RKT stock when I can just call somebody and say, hey, you got my 401k? Yeah, get me this. Okay.
Do you have to tell them to sell some of your stock to get it?
No, if you already got money, you have money that's sitting there. You have a pocket of money that's
sitting there, or is it being invested?
No, not all your money is getting invested. Okay. You have that little blanket part of your 401k that's just there. Mm-hmm. It's just there. Like you'll look at I invested, let's say the legal limit of 19.5, but you might even see only 15,000 you got invested. Why? Because the market crashed. We still got you. We want to hold on to something so we can repurchase something at a lower price. But if it's all gone, there's nothing there. So you can say, hey, use my rainy day fund to get me this. Or if you got a low performance stock in there, get rid of that and get me this. And let it ride. You ain't got to worry about it.
You don't even see.
No, that's why I don't understand why people like, I'm an investor. How you an investor, but you don't know what's in your 401k? You don't even know what you own right now. You probably have Tesla. You probably got a few shares in there.
Don't even know.
You probably got a few mutual funds that you don't even know. So we talked before, since we talking about investing, we talking about kids. It's amazing how many people don't even have a 529 plan for their kid. That's the most.
We gonna come back on that one before I release that video.
Cause that shit is hilarious.
That video is gonna be fire. So we gonna end right there. Cause we ain't even, that's gonna be a whole different drop before I do that one. Cause that YouTube is coming. We out.
We out.